How's it going, guys? And welcome back to the first episode of the second series of the True Blue podcast. Remember doing this 2 years ago? Quite a lot has changed since then. Chelsea won the
Mm.
Champions League. I've grown, and Joe's got more mature. No Jack today because he thinks
Yeah,
it's okay
he's
to go to the gym, but
mm,
forget him.
disgusting.
Anyway, today we'll
Yeah.
talk about Leeds, Chelsea, transfer news, everything. So
Mm.
without further ado, let's just get right into it. You had some stats for us. Just
I, I,
reel them off. Just list them.
I did have some stats. So you asked me to find some stats about the Leeds Chelsea game, and that is what I
I did.
did. So, firstly, this is a little bit of history for you. It's disappointingly, this was Leeds' first win against us since 2002. So that's not very good in terms of like league. And in the XG, Leeds got 2.66. We had 0.76, and we had 61% possession. So for that amount of the ball, to do that little, which is also emphasised by the fact that Leeds ran 11 kilometres more than us overall. And
Yes.
I want to highlight a couple of individuals here. Gallagher had the worst pass completion for Chelsea. It was around 75%. 0 out of 3 crosses completed, no through balls. On whoscored.com, our highest performer was James with 7.46. Mendy got 5.92. Sterling only had one successful dribble. And in Jorginho's 63 minutes, 37 touches, which is not quite good enough. So that's pretty much sums up a pretty woeful team performance.
Thank you for that, Joe. That was really in-depth stuff.
I know.
But enough with the stats. Who needs to get out of this team? Who you want to get rid of?
There's quite aside from like all the deadwood players like which are still contracted like Barkley and like Emerson and all these other like loan and fringe players of like the people within like the first team squad. I'm thinking we need to shift as much as I love Aspilicueta. He's getting on and not necessarily sell him, but we've got to be we can't be putting Loftus-Cheek at right wing back and James at right centre back because James has to be at wing back, and by putting him at right centre back, we're reducing the attacking quality he can bring to the side.
Yeah,
So
but
maybe just take
hopefully
off,
with Fofana
yeah,
coming in,
bring
that
Fofana
Reece
in,
James would have to play right wing back.
yeah.
But yeah, so Aspilicueta is your one player out the first team to scapegoat.
And not the scapegoat of that team. Mendy was by far the worst player, but he's still our best keeper, so he's got to be.
Yeah.
He's got to be. I mean, I'd take another keeper though, like get Donnarumma in or something, but I'm
Oh
happy
yeah,
with
no,
Mendy.
yeah, that'd be great, Donnarumma. Just get him in.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I think this game kind of showed Gallagher not really Chelsea standard, or
Oh,
not in the
Gallagher's
system.
woeful.
Not in the
He's
system
so
anyway.
bad.
I
I,
think we should have straight after the Palace loan just sold him back.
I know. Like,
Would have
I
got
think
happy
it was.
that 35 mil.
I think he looked good because the standard of players he was playing alongside with at Crystal Palace, like Schlupp, Kiyate, and them, man, like that made him look like a baller. But he's trash.
He's just a
He's
passion merchant.
he is. He runs about, screams a bit, few lunging tackles, one long shot, and that's about it.
Yeah, but I mean, the midfield wasn't great anyway. Hopefully, when
No.
Kante and Kovacic come back, we'll be better. But speaking of midfielders, Frankie de Jong, how do you feel
I'm
about this?
I'm not sure about De Jong. I mean, he's a good player, right? But United have been going after him for months on end, right? And he's desperate to. He doesn't want to go to United. He's desperate to stay at Barcelona. So even though
Yeah.
he'd probably want to join Chelsea over joining United because we're better than them, like he clearly wants to stay at Barcelona. So if we do sign him, I don't think he's fully going to be committed to like the squad. I think he's still going to be thinking, well, I want to be back at Barca. I think it's going to be maybe Lukaku situation comes over, misses Inter Milan, misses Barcelona, then goes back again at the end of the year. So I'm a bit
I don't
shaky.
know. If we give him enough money, I think we'll just be happy. Because some Barcelona fans are just annoyed. They think he's a money grabbing so and so. But if we
And
just,
Barcelona need the money.
yeah,
They're
if
in
we,
the bin.
no, I think he'd be fine if he came. Of course, his fiance doesn't want to leave, but I mean,
Mm. Who would want to leave Barcelona? Beautiful city. It's a bit smelly though.
behaviour. That's simp behaviour right there. You got to join Chelsea. Just forget about your girlfriend. It's all about Thomas Tuchel's tricky blues.
Exactly. The ball
I
comes
mean,
first.
they're literally making him play centre back. Like they couldn't be more forceful and getting him out. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't think we needed Frankie de Jong before because I thought our midfield was pretty robust. But after that game, I think we need at least one midfielder.
Especially with like the consistent injuries that we're getting. But
Yeah,
the thing is, if we sign De Jong, like my preferable two in the middle is Kante and Kovacic. Does De Jong walk straight in, or does he like fight for the place? Like, because Kovacic and Kante are ballers, and one of them's gonna have to leave, like the starting like pivot. So I'm not sure how that's gonna lay out.
well, obviously, I think for the first couple of games he won't get in, but I mean, Kante and Jorginho are probably going to leave at the end of the year, so it's probably just for the future, really.
So you'd want Kovacic and De Jong to be the partnership for going forward.
Definitely.
Yeah, I see that.
Because we're staying with a 5-back as much as I want to go to a 4-back. I think, I mean, maybe with Fofana and Koulibaly.
Yeah.
I don't know, for the future.
What do you think is going to happen with Loftus-Cheek? Do you think there's a future in the first team, or do you think he's got to, just for the sake of his own career, leave?
Well, this is the thing. I thought against Tottenham, wow, he played amazing right wing back. That's
brilliant.
the future. But yeah, he didn't have a great game. I think he either stays and plays right wing back because Tuchel's only going to play in there, or he leaves to get game time.
I've always loved Loftus-Cheek. I've always been on the Loftus-Cheek gravy train, Lewisham born and bred, down these ends. But he's not good enough to start in the two centre mid positions when we've got Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic, potentially De Jong coming in. He's just not of that quality. And at wing back, Reece James has that right wing back position nailed in. But what I liked against Tottenham was that like when we had the ball, he sort of like shifted more infield. But I think that might have just been for that singular game to counter Conte's tactics.
We had so much space against Tottenham on the wings. So, oh God. Okay. Well, so that's De Jong. That's Loftus-Cheek. One more player we don't know what's going to happen with is our very own Callum Hazard-Odoi.
Callum.
Well, let's just group him in with all the wingers: Pulisic, Ziyech, and Callum Hazard-Odoi. One's got to go, one's staying, one out on loan. What's it going to be?
Right. Ziyech has to be sold. He's nearing 30. He's not that great. I think he weighs less than me, and I don't weigh that much. He's closer to 20 kilograms, I'll be honest. He knocks off the ball by a feather. I mean, that's why Jack's in the gym. He's after that right wing.
Exactly.
Position,
you're going after this as well, so
you
need that physique. Well, apparently he was in Amsterdam yesterday.
Was he?
So he might be going straight back to Ajax, which I'm not against.
That implies that Anthony's probably going to go to United, but that's off the top. But then I'd want to loan Hudson-Odoi because let's be honest, he's only 20 or 21 still. He's still very young. He broke into the first team at 17, 18. And so I'd loan him and I'd keep Pulisic in the team for this year, but sell him next. And then
definitely. I mean, I think about out of those three, I'd rather keep Callum Hazard-Odoi because he's homegrown and his stats are actually pretty good. Not goals and assists, but like big chances.
He doesn't get played enough in his favorite position.
When he plays, when he played left wing, we won like 7-0 against Norwich, 3-0 against Leicester. Those were our best performances.
That Juventus game was beautiful.
That was the peak last year.
It was beautiful.
And then Chilwell got injured, and then it all went to shit.
I remember that. I was just watching it, sitting there, a cup of tea, sat up, Ben Chilwell, legs gone. I cried for hours.
Season ruined. Okay, and finally, speaking of scoring goals, Aubameyang.
I've got a few stats on Aubameyang for you. You know, you asked me to collate them.
I'm so ready for this.
It's actually quite impressive, right? I've done it into two sections, right? Of his whole career, 680 games, 340 goals, 102 assists. In the Premier League, 128 games, 68 goals, 16 assists. He has a goal involvement every 1.52 games on average, which is very good because that's a goal goal or assist every 1.5 games in the Premier League as well. So he's going to bring goals, Premier League experience. He's getting on a bit, but only for this season. Then get a younger striker next year. And I think Aubameyang could be the guy to get us to secure us top four, and
Okay.
maybe go a lengthy run for the title. I don't think we'll win it though, but push it on a bit.
I'm not gonna lie. Before the Leeds game, I thought, the teams are a bit weak this season. It could be our chance, but no.
I was praying for
every team has dropped points apart from Arsenal. So I've still got
Arsenal
hope.
aren't going to sustain it. They're not going to sustain it.
Yeah, once they get Europa League. So £18.6 million plus 4 million add-ons. Is that a good deal for Aubameyang?
I heard that we were like trying to get it around the 15 million mark.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be 22 million.
Let's be honest, right? Todd Bowley's a baller.
Yeah, 7 million don't make a difference.
He's not a brokey. He's not a wavy.
He's a top G. He's a top
G. And I think Bowley won't mind splashing a few extra mil. So I think because we're desperate for the striker, it will pay them what they want anyway.
Do you think he's going to start?
I do think he'll start. Yeah, I think Sterling and Aubameyang, loads of Premier League experience between them.
Yeah.
Then Mount as the other one, or maybe Havertz sometimes, have them like rotate it a bit. But Sterling and Aubameyang, that's guaranteed Premier League goals.
Yeah. Okay, we've got to have a conversation about Havertz though, because Timo Werner took all the flack. He's already off. I think if Kai Havertz has another mediocre year, we might have to be booting him out the door because we don't actually know what his best position is already. I love him so much, but
he's living off that Champions League final goal. He's got. I'll give him 20 more games before that runs out.
Exactly, because I was getting hurled abuse at.
I do love Havertz. He's. I think for a player of his like stature, like he's very tall. He's a bit lanky, but he's not got like that much weight on him, like in terms of like muscle and stuff. So like if he can, what I think is he's relatively pacey, but he does get knocked off the ball a bit. But if he can just, I don't like necessarily want to like mold him into a big like hold up player, but he's got the physique for that sort of role. So he either, because right now his position's going out of crossroads, he either like drops deeper to like that number 10 position, or he fully commits for a striker. But I don't really think he has the finishing like instinct to be a striker because he misses a lot.
Yeah, he's not very clinical, is he?
I don't think he suits the 3-4-3. I think if we've switched to a 4 at the back and sticked him in the number 10 position, I think that's where we'd get the most out of him. But I'm sticking with him. He's only 22, 23. He's still got a lot on him.
Yeah, I don't think we're at the point of selling him, but I think if anyone's to get the best out of him, it's got to be Thomas Tuchel.
But I do think he is our technically most gifted player. Like the way he like controls the ball, his like composure, his like natural football ability. I think him and Reece James are like our two like, most technically gifted players.
Definitely. And then of course Mason Mount drop in another mediocre game.
I love Mason. I don't know how long I can ride on the Mason Mount train forever.
I've died on the hill. I've said enough. There's nothing I can do.
I've defended him for so long. So many critics. I mean, at some point I said he was better than Messi was when Messi was around his age.
Yes, you did say that.
These comments might come back to hurt me in the future, but
no. I think World Cup winner.
He started the season poorly last year as well, but then he picked it up. So I think he's going to pick up again, and not before long I'll be tweeting Mason Mount Ballon d'Or winner 2023.
Get on the train, yeah. I'll yet to buy the Chelsea kit, so I don't know who to get in the back yet. But maybe if he does well, I'll get him again. But again, Fofana for £80 million, is that a good deal, or we panic buying?
Listen, the last time Leicester sold a centre back for £80 million, it weren't good. So on the basis of history, I'm not willing. And Fofana, right? He's a brilliant player. He's only 21 odd, but £80 million for a 21-year-old who's only had 1 year in the Premier League.
Yeah,
and
he was injured for last year as well.
Yeah, and like listen, right, the thing with Kepa, right, he had 1 good year in La Liga, 80 million on him, and then look what happened. It's too much money on. I think it's a risk, 80 million on him. I wouldn't pay more than like 40, 50 million for it. Like look how much we got Koulibaly for, and that's like a guaranteed return on investment because we know how good he is already. I'm not happy about 80 million on Fofana. If we do it, I'll back him. I'll back the hype, but I'm a bit wary about it.
Well, how much would you be happy to pay for Fofana? Do you think is like transfer value around?
If it's above 50 million, I'll be a bit wary. Like, not 50 million and below is, I think, a fair in today's market. So that fair
Yeah.
evaluation of him.
Well, today's market is just ruined.
Yeah.
Gibbs White has single-handedly ruined the
Oh,
market. Anthony
did
Gordon, like,
when I saw that Anthony Gordon news, I was thanking God I wasn't living in America, because if I didn't live in America, straight to the gun shop and I'm shooting myself. If we sign Anthony Gordon for 40 million pounds,
no,
it's
but that's
gone.
the thing. Pedro
Just the
Neto's on the
sloth.
market
He's
for the same
or
price.
Pedro Neto, get him. I don't
Yeah,
get
I'd rather him. I'd rather him.
There's a Donny from Ice Age, like what said the sloth, Buck, whichever one it was. He's not got the physique or the skill. He's washed.
Yeah.
Don't want him.
Okay, but do you think Cucurella was a bit of an overpayment at 62 million?
I think Cucurella, in my opinion, every transfer is an overpayment. I think ever since that Neymar transfer to PSG, all the prices just been inflated too much. I think it is an
Yeah.
overpayment, but I don't mind it because Cucurella's been all right so far, and it could become worth it. Like 6-year contract. Who knows what it'll be
Yeah.
like in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years.
The thing about that deal is I don't know where Chilwell's going to do.
Yeah, that's what I
I
heard.
thought he was
Like,
playing so well. I don't know what's
yeah,
happened there.
but things. How many games did Chilwell actually play last year? It can't have
Like,
been more than
yeah,
10.
yeah, I think
And
it's around 10.
so, and I originally thought it'd be Cucurella at left centre back and Chilwell at left
Yeah,
wing back.
yeah.
But I'd be perfectly honest. I prefer Chilwell to Cucurella. I'd rather
At
see
the
Chilwell
moment,
start.
at the moment,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I don't know why we signed him if we're not gonna if Chilwell is just gonna get sacked off, because remember we did sign Chilwell for 50 million quid, so
yeah,
he's still
exactly.
like, a big money player.
I think we just got to change our outlook as Chelsea fans because Man City have got like
Yeah,
backups as well. But it's because we're used to having Emerson and
yeah.
Alonso as left
I
back. So if we have
I,
two
I
world
think
class left backs,
I think Alonso's very underrated. I think
oh, here we go.
he's caught too much stick, right?
Here we go.
Like, listen,
Did you
he was
call him a
scared.
paella eating bastard one time? I think
No, I don't remember that. That didn't
West Brom
happen.
3-3. I think I
I don't
remember.
remember. I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
No, but like he's actually, I think, since he joined the club, I might have just made this up. I would assume that only since he's joined the club, only Eden Hazard and Diego Costa and Willian have outscored him. I don't know. You can check that, but he's been in like 6 years. He gets at least 5 goals a season. He's from left back. We should stick him at striker, but he's gone now, isn't he? He's off to
He's gone.
Barcelona. But
Yeah, he's off to
I'm
Barcelona.
I'm so disappointed. Not even in one friendly did we see him at striker. That
I
could
know.
have been the, the solution to all the problems. World peace solved. But
Exactly. And then Emerson is pretty much confirmed to join West Ham for £15 million.
I think that's a good deal for us.
Yeah,
He's
good deal.
not.
So Ian Matson's the future.
Oh, Matson. Did you see his red card he got?
Yeah, he absolutely
For
bodied him.
Burnley.
Welcome to Burnley. That's what we want.
Proper English football. I love
Yeah.
that. Love to see that.
And as it's the first episode, and we haven't done league predictions.
Yeah.
We did it last year. I mean, 2
Yeah.
years ago, and you
2 years
said
ago.
that Chelsea would win the league, and Werner would get and Werner would get Golden Boot. You said
Did I
25
actually?
plus goals. So now we got to be more level-headed. We're older now. We're 2 years older.
Yeah. Older and wiser. The
Exactly. So
qualifications.
exactly, A levels in the bag.
Yeah.
Chelsea's place and top scorer. Go.
Right. I think this is a more conservative estimate. I think we're going to get fourth, and I think our top scorer is, if Aubameyang joins, it will be Aubameyang. But as of now, our top scorer is going to be Sterling.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to be more optimistic. I'm going to say third.
Yeah.
So
I've got a rogue top 4 prediction for you, which like.
oh yeah, just say it. If it comes true, then you're optimistic.
Clip it. But this is you. I don't like this prediction myself because it involves
If
two
you
of our
say
rivals
Tottenham,
finishing.
if
But
you say Tottenham
I
and
think
Arsenal,
first place City, second place shit from the lane, third place Arsenal, and fourth Chelsea. I think Liverpool will miss out. That's my rogue prediction. No Liverpool.
well, as much as I hate it, it is very rogue. And for me, yeah, Sterling's probably going to be top scorer. 12 in the league, and that's pushing it.
12. Oh god.
He can
How
break
long
double
has it been?
digits. For some, we have just one good striker. No, Aubameyang could be it, to be fair, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, and finally, to end it, 3 players you want to sign and 3 players you want to get rid of.
Well, 2 of them we've already discussed, Aubameyang and Fofana, because we need a centre back, we need a striker. And this is for like short term. And an extra player I want to see. It's difficult. I think we're pretty much sorted across the pitch. And like you can obviously say like these outlandish players like Mbappe or Neymar or something, but like
realistic.
Yeah. I think it's got to be another midfielder. So like let's go De Jong, Fofana, and Aubameyang, because that's just gonna extra squad depth, more rotation, better for the league, because the World Cup's in winter as well. So squad depth is going to be very important this year.
And 5 subs in the Prem, so more important. 3 players you want to get rid of.
Is this like fringe players or like they're within like the first team setup?
1 fringe player and 2 within the first team setup.
Fringe player. I hate to say it, but Ross Barkley's got to leave. I still remember that Liverpool game back in the FA Cup years ago.
Yeah, what game?
Prime Ross Barkley, that button. And then the 2 players within the first team. I think Mendy, he's been brilliant for us, but his distribution is very poor. And if we can get an Alisson or Edison level goalkeeper, that could win us the league, because that transformed Liverpool and City, that the goalkeeper did. So I'd get Mendy and Barkley out, and the third first team player to leave, Loftus-Cheek, for the sake of his career, because I want to see him shine, and I don't think he'll do it at Chelsea.
Okay, 3 players for me: Fofana, De Jong, and Zaha.
I don't want to give any benefit to Crystal Palace players at all.
12 goals this year.
I don't want any certain Crystal Palace people.
25 mil. 1 year left in his contract. I think Todd Bowley, if you need me scouting.
I don't want that. I take Elite. He's the only Crystal Palace player.
Well, yeah, of course Elite, because he used to play for Chelsea youth.
Yeah,
but
stick him in the Cobham generator.
Yeah, exactly. And then 3 players to leave. Of course, I'm gonna have to join you in Ross Barkley, because as much as it pains me to say, he's just not cut out anymore. Pulisic, I want to leave.
Oh, Captain America.
And Pit Rogue, Kante.
Yeah, I think he's still got juice left in him.
When he plays well, he's amazing, but I think he's too injury prone. We want a nice replacement.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we've got to do for the first episode.
Lovely stuff.
Hopefully Jack can come.
Yeah, he can sort himself out.
Stop going to the gym. Like, what are you doing?
It's not showing either. That was rude.
Luckily, you said that at the end of the video.
Jack hasn't seen that. I'll take it back. But
yeah. So that's it. Joe, you're gonna think about uploading, revitalizing your Chelsea career?
I was having it's been so long since I did a video, and you've been smashing it as well. I big up to 500 subscribers. But I might not at the same time, especially like uni coming up. Like, I don't know if I will.
Forget about it. First year, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but maybe I'll switch up a bit, but I'm not making any promises.
Well, the fans are gagging for it, Joe.
Not many.
All right, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in a couple of days where hopefully Jack can get his shit together.
Yeah.
Soon.